The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Nadex Options Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Bull Bear Nadex Options Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN headquarters in St. Petersburg, Florida. Tom's going to be joining us after the first break. We got markets in positive territory after quite a negative day yesterday. Dow Jones up 261 points, or more than a full percent, trading at 24,845. S&P's up 37 points, or 1.4%, trading at 2692. And the Nasdaq up 166 points, approaching 2.4%, and it's only 10 a.m. right now, trading at 72.74. Got some action in oil, got some action in crude. We're going to start things off. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Folks, every day, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right when we finish our program, Kevin, Tom White, the team at TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, they do fast market, folks, live from Chicago, the trading capital of the world. Kevin Hinks, good morning.
Good morning, Tommy. How's everything?
Everything's going well, man. How are you?
Interesting day in the market here, Tom. I mean, you know, this is a market. Think about this. 337 names come out with earnings at some point during the day today.
Pretty cool.
That is virtually two-thirds of the S&P 500 right there coming out in one day. Now, that's, of course, in terms of total numbers.
Sure.
But this is a large day in terms of earnings releases. And you're seeing some numbers. I mean, Twitter, what an incredible earnings release by Twitter. I think this is a game changer for Twitter, and the fact that the comeback that they're seeing. So, you know, there's so many names making news today, but I think the fact that this market, you know, Tom, we're talking about this on the early shows this morning. The final hour of trading is really turning into a news-making event in itself. Right? Think about this, Tom. Yesterday, the Dow doubled its losses from basically 280 to 600 in the last hour of trading.
Pretty remarkable, man. I happen to be tied up doing a few things. I was listening to Tom's show, of course, in the afternoon, and I happened to be right around the studio right around 4 o'clock, and I heard him talking about it. I said, what happened, man? What happened in that last hour? Did I just miss? Totally.
And you know, it was a big story back in January and February when the market was volatile, and it's becoming a big story now how that last hour of the day is such a vital trading mechanism for everyone entering and exiting positions. So it's just fascinating. You know, all the economic data today, we had a durable goods number that was a little bit kind of a one-off event because of defense aircraft spending gave the number a little boost. But really, all the economic data really taking a back seat to earnings. And these markets right now are being driven by the overall market getting comfortable with higher yields and turning its attention back to corporate earnings.
Yeah,
and I think that's what you're seeing today.
I was just going to say, getting ready for the update, getting ready for the program, Kevin. I almost couldn't keep track of what stock to talk about because there's so many earnings actions already going on, whether it's Twitter, right? You had Tesla last night. You had Ford out with their earnings, Anheuser-Busch with their earnings. The Twitter one, pretty remarkable. So 21 cents versus 14 cents. They came in with revenue of $758 million versus expecting just about 700, and the stock's up 17%. The one number I found interesting there, Kevin, is estimated monthly active users, right? They came in at about 326 million. Expectation was for around 330. So pretty remarkable that they, you know, monthly active users is usually such a big number, but when you beat on earnings, you beat on revenue, and you're pretty close to that monthly number. And that they had Jack Dorsey out there, right, talking about kind of cleaning up what's going on, whether it's the fake users on Twitter and so forth. Yeah.
Really, I think the Twitter story, Tommy, and your point is fair. The active users were a miss, just a small miss, but a miss nonetheless. But doesn't it just feel like from all the news out on Twitter that they're getting their house in order?
Yeah, and there hasn't been. I was just going to say there hasn't been that big negative story in a while.
Right.
We'll see as these elections come down the pipeline, right? If Twitter somehow gets sucked into whatever might be coming in terms of just the rhetoric around an election of so forth that always gets discussed. But nonetheless, man, the market likes it. 17.3%. We're basically at session highs right now as we speak, and it's not stopping. How about Tesla? Can we jump to Tesla? Because quite a number there too, up 10%.
I honestly feel, Tommy, they're going to write books about Tesla eventually, how this happened, right? And what Elon Musk did and how this company got profitable. And, there's still a lot of speculation about the numbers and things like that. But make no mistake, this stock is going to still be volatile. It's still going to still move. But he put up a number today. And, people are, what I think, I'm looking at the news wires, and people are starting to raise their price targets on Tesla. Now, someone said, and I just said on the air with your father 5 minutes ago, someone raised their target from 195 to 225. That tells you where the volatility is going to remain in this name.
Yeah, talk about a muted response, right? As in quite a raise when the stock right now is sitting at 315, and that's up 10% from yesterday's close of like 285. One thing I really found interesting when they were just talking about how they plan to maybe directly compete with Uber and Lyft, and how that just, the landscape is so dynamically changing, whether maybe you have a Tesla, you have it at work, and then you can opt to use, you offer up your car to use in their fleet of cars. Just interesting stuff. Nobody knows where that future is going to hold. Just so much in terms of technology changing at a rapid pace, man. When you think about Tesla having their own fleet of cars and the technology that they harness being able to compete with the likes of Uber and Lyft. And if they do, man, talk about industry just ripe for business and growth.
Tony, Elon Musk just seems to be playing a game where he's several steps ahead of the competition, right, and everyone else. Now, sometimes that's to his detriment that he's several steps ahead because he's not focusing on the present. But he just seems to have a vision that is beyond what a lot of people are thinking. Like he's several steps down the road, and it's really amazing. I think history books are going to remember this guy.
No, you make a great point, man. Yeah, because what so often, right, companies don't go public because they don't want that pressure of having to produce on a quarterly basis. And I think that Elon Musk doesn't consider that pressure at all on a quarterly basis, and his mind is on whether it's 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, or maybe even longer, man. I mean, that's how he looks at things in terms of transformational change. And you saw Tesla drive some of the other car companies really to accelerate their push into electronic vehicles and electric vehicles, and I think he's playing the same game where it's the long game of really transforming the industry, and maybe that next shift you start to see is using some of those cars and maybe trying to compete with the likes of Uber and Lyft as those services really take off.
It's amazing, Tommy, and all the pressure and scrutiny that he's under, he is unwavering.
He is.
In what he does.
And like you said, that gets him in trouble sometimes too, right? It does.
Absolutely right.
So he needs to balance those maybe a little bit better. But in the long run, man, and I think a lot of Tesla bulls are in it for the long run, right? They're not in it for a month from now, a year from now even. They're in it because they believe in him to transform that industry. And yesterday's call gave them a little bit of hope. That's for sure, man. Folks,
fascinating call, Tommy, and we're covering it today.
I bet you are, man. So what was it? How many stocks, Kevin? 337?
337.
All right, folks, 11 a.m. right after our show. Kevin Hinks, Tom White. Kevin, have a great day, man. We look forward to the program.
Great talking to you, Tom.
You too, man. Take care. We'll be right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up to the date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 227. We get the Nasdaq up 133. S&P's up 22. Gold contract up $2, trading at 12.33. We have silver flat, $14.65. Light sweet crude up 47 cents, trading $67.28 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year note down 2. 30-year bond off 3, and King Dollar. King Dollar up 173 ticks, 96,355. That's going after its high volume, it's a swing high from August. The euro's at 113.79 to $1 US. Yen is at 112.5. Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just heard you and Kevin. Tesla, Twitter.
Microsoft up big this morning as well.
And you know, Microsoft, folks, when Microsoft came out last night, it was really bizarre because as it came out, bottom line is that it was trading down $1. And I'm saying to myself, it's trading down $1, and the numbers were phenomenal.
Were they?
And then it took about 10, 15 minutes for it to turn around, and it did turn around, no doubt.
Okay, go for it.
And basically, you know, went right topside after the close. That being said, guess what? You still have some problems in paradise. We got up to the 106.55. You're slamming into this big down deal. And we're going to learn a lot about how far this correction basically still wants to go just looking at Microsoft. Because $1.1 billion more in revenue.
Okay, nice.
Okay, and if they sell that off, it's like, you know, really, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So, pretty wild.
Definitely.
We got, I heard, did Kevin say there's 337 stocks today?
Today, yeah.
Whoa.
So not of the S&P 500. He was just making a point, though, of, you know, that would represent 2/3 of the S&P 500 today alone. And I believe it, man, because I was looking at the news this morning and I couldn't
Right.
even figure out what to talk about, right?
Big
I mean, we got
number.
Ford up this morning as well,
Yep.
Twitter, Tesla, Microsoft.
Right.
You get is Amazon after the bell tonight?
After the bell.
That's-
And if
I
you
mean,
want to see an equity, folks, that, you know, if you believe in technical analysis, Gold Corp, okay? If you get the gold report, this equity here, there's something wrong with it. And actually, last month, I put in the gold report that there's something wrong with it because it's like, what is going on, man? You know, gold was going up,
Yes.
meaning the equities.
Yes.
This couldn't catch a bid, and I didn't even see the news yet. I got someone texted me earlier when I was just on with TD Ameritrade.
well, miserable quarter might do it.
Yeah.
It's the first headline I see up there.
It's a big
Let's
problem.
just, can we just see?
Yeah.
Maybe this will give us kind of the headline of what. So net loss of 12 cents a share, compared with the average annual estimate of 10. Maybe that was. Is that a profit of 10 or a
probably
loss
a
of 10?
profit.
That's it. Yeah. Lower output of all metals from the company's Penasquito mine, while costs climb. Let's see.
Well, I'll go back. This is really interesting.
Sure.
So that mine there, folks, when Glamis owned that mine, and we owned Glamis. I
Okay.
personally owned it when they took it over, and we knew this is in the gold report. I'm going back to like 2004 or 2005.
Okay.
And we knew they overpaid for it.
Okay.
And there it goes, man. It just took a while to come back and haunt them, man.
Sure.
That's pretty wild, though, man. So let me just look at this for a second to
Go
see
for
where
it.
we're looking
I
at.
think you might have. Oh no, they got it. Okay.
Okay, so we put this on. Look at this, man. This is sad.
Bless
Excuse
you.
me, folks. And this is what happens when you overpay for a big asset. Okay, so that's a 13. That's not going to go to 980. Oh, what?
We're 12
Oh,
bucks.
that's in
basically.
Canada. 1 second. Hold on. I see what just happened here. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so now we're in the U.S.
Back to the U.S. Okay.
Yeah. And what are you going after? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is
So
that
what's
it?
the low there? 946.
Oh, there it is.
Oh no, we're below it.
Yeah, we're below it. We're below 946.
Can we see what's the low 2008 too? I
That's-
know it's
that's
above where we're at. I'm just curious where.
That's
1384.
1384.
Okay.
That's a problem, child.
Yeah. And then we're back to just kind of that.
Okay, we'll do this after natural gas. We'll come back to you. Get a problem child here, though.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
And you know, technically it was there, and it jumped. That one jumped out because all the rest. That's what I had put. And the commentary too. That listen, the rest of these stocks look good, but there's something wrong with this little problem
Yeah.
child.
And
out
obviously today their earnings got hit with it, man, for
there.
sure.
It came back. Natural gas. So this is going to get intriguing.
Yeah, so it's Thursday. We get natural gas inventory numbers, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time every Thursday. A little bit of volatility, always nice before you get the numbers. So this morning we were down about 323, spiked almost 327. You got natural gas sitting just under 325 right now. And pulling up some of the contracts, we'll start with the 11 a.m.s. And what's nice is 11 a.m.s, I'm just going to jump to the 12s. Yeah, I thought they're both going to line up with the same exact
that's good.
price points,
Yeah.
right? So we'll get to see what's always nice is exactly what that extra hour is going to cost us when all the other variables are going to be constant. The only variable going to be different is what you're going to have to pay for the extra hour, whether you want exposure to 11 a.m. or you want exposure to 12. We get the numbers at 10:30, so we got about 6.5 minutes. And what's really nice is we're literally trading a couple ticks away from that 325 price point. So you're going to pay very little intrinsic value, very little money in terms of beyond what you're paying for in premium.
Yes.
Bullish side costing you about $8 right now. Bearish side going to be maybe a tick or two higher just because you do have that intrinsic value because it's just slightly under 325. And there you go. So 2 ticks. So you're looking at about 18 bucks,
Okay.
which represents 1.8 pennies.
That's not bad.
Away from 325 that you
Right.
need to start breaking even. Call it with commission, 2 pennies away from
Yeah.
325. So you're looking at maybe 323, 327. You start getting to break even. And anywhere away from 325, you have value, though, right? So that was our 11s. Let's look at our 12 noon.
We said 1.8 it was costing us, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I got it. Okay.
So again, our bullish one. Now this is the one that cost us about 8. That's going to cost us 11 this time. And then the bearish one, I'm guessing that's going to be about 12 or 13. Yeah, this is interesting. Oh, you know what's going on is the contract's ticking around. So the contract ticked up about 2 ticks since we did that
Okay.
last. So pretty similar though of what you'd expect.
Still not bad.
$21
Yeah.
versus 18. And that's where you just have to make your decision. And if you're really looking for volatility, that $3 represents 3/10 of a penny, right? 0.3, because
Right.
they tick in 1/10 of a penny. So do you want to pay basically 3/10 of a penny
I'd pay it.
for that extra hour?
Right. Right.
Yeah, if you're making a volatility trade, you're probably biased enough to expect some volatility to maybe think that that's an affordable price for what they're going to charge you for their premium. Now let's just see how some of the dailies line up. Yeah, so what's going to happen is, and it's because we've gotten some movement already in the contract, so the dailies go from basically, you could use 320 as a price point for the 8 a.m.s, and probably similar things going to line up. Yeah, where you're looking, you have some options, but not quite at 325, which is where you'd want that contract to line up for just kind of as they perfectly line up, you know, for the 11s and the noons. It's nice. I mean, you can see we're trading even closer than 1/10. We're trading at 325.05.
And, you know, this is the time of year that I think two different things can end up happening. Is that what is the build and what is the weather?
Sure.
You know, what is coming down the pike?
World Series last night, right?
I know.
A lot of the talk, how cold it is in terms of those players having to deal with 40-degree temperatures. And
you see them with they get the shirts
I don't blame them, man.
over their hands.
I couldn't play. You know, you got to be loose, right? You got to be limber, man, and they got to stay limber and warm. So we'll see. We're sitting at 325 right now.
They're going to be back to warm weather in L.A.
They are. They're going back to L.A. I know. We'll see what happens. Totally. So we'll get those numbers in about 3 minutes. It's 326. I'm 10:26 right now. We get the EIA inventories right at 10:30 when we come back from this break. We'll see what happens.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 213. Nadex up 135. S&P's up 23. Coming right back.
Jason Path has just launched his weekly newsletter, The Quantitative Edge, available only at TFNN.com. Right now, you can sign up for Jason's outstanding weekly report, including midweek updates whenever warranted, with a 30-day money-back guarantee included, so you have nothing to risk. Jason develops his trade recommendations by creating an ensemble of predictive and mathematical models trained on data by leveraging a variety of techniques, including market-based computer simulations. Jason then combines these sophisticated predictive and analytical models with deeply researched macro outlooks to identify opportunities in a number of different markets for traders to act on. Whether you're looking to trade futures, equities, commodities like crude oil and gold, forex, or cryptos, Jason covers it all. Sign up for Jason Path's weekly trading newsletter right now by visiting the front page of TFNN.com, and you'll find the Quantitative Edge under the Newsletters tab. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
back, folks. So EIA says U.S. natural gas stockpiles rose 58 BCF.
Yeah, expectation looks to be somewhere in the ballpark of whether it's 52 for the median analyst estimate. You had 54 out there for the Bloomberg survey. A little bit more oil than they were thinking, and quite a reaction, man. Check that out. So we were sitting at 325 right on the dot. You drop almost 5 pennies, call it 4.5 within the span of a few seconds. Yeah, we went over the numbers, right? You were looking for about 2 pennies, maybe 2.1. Anything over that, you start getting profit in either direction, and you got a 5-penny move. Just so even, let's jump to the 12 o'clock. So you're saying you might have been interested in taking that one for the premium that you'd be paying. All of your action is going to be the negative side right now, of course, and you'd be able to buy that back right now for about $40. And, you know, the good thing to keep in mind is if you ever...
So you get a double right off the bat.
Yeah, you get a double right off the bat, pretty close. And then you'd still have exposure if this thing was ever able to rebound above 325. And you have until noon. So that's not outlandish to think you could close out one position. You still have value if that climbs back above that price point prior to expiration at 12 noon. But yeah, quite a number, man, in terms of quite a jump, right? Almost 5 pennies in the span of a heartbeat. And not a huge miss for that type. But guess what? The market might have been looking for a little bit less than that number, having to do with maybe some of the cold in the Midwest we were talking about. I saw headlines up there as well talking about natural gas trading higher because of some of the cold weather coming into the Midwest and so forth. Yeah,
that's a big build.
That's a big number. Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah.
877-927-6. Oh, we got to go over to the big dog. Amazon's coming out this afternoon, folks, with its numbers. So Amazon right now trading up 65. That almost looks flat. It's so interesting. You know, Amazon can be up $65, and as to where we have been, and you know, yesterday the price spread in Amazon was insane.
Yeah, still so remarkable. I find that on September 4th, we're now going back almost 2 full months. It did creep above that $1 trillion mark, and to remind people, $2,050.37. Now that was at that price point. What happens is on the quarterly earnings, they do sometimes recalibrate how many outstanding shares they have, so that number may change a little bit. But still pretty remarkable that it just peaked out by mere pennies, and you're talking about a $2,000 stock just to hit that trillion, and then it sold off. We're almost talking about $300. No, we are talking about $300 now from that level. But I'm a believer in Amazon in the long run, man. We'll see what they come to. They seem to always deliver across the board.
If you want to see like a disaster, folks, that, you know...
You were talking about this last night after you showed it me,
Right. And NVIDIA, folks. So NVIDIA's gone down $100 in all of, what, 15 trading days? 15 to 17 trading days.
Yeah. I mean, what's the high back there? Same month, October 2nd.
Yeah.
It was at the high of...
Is it $304, I think, or $292?
$292.
$292.
Down to $198.
And we hit $193 today. Isn't that amazing, man?
$100.
And then AMD, oh my God, this is like, you know, this is why I suspect that
one more time
they actually went even lower. AMD got taken apart last night.
We'll get there.
AMD. Okay, so.
Yeah, big time.
This finished an ABC structure up there at 34, and then just get blown apart.
And you know, on a percentage basis, AMD down dramatically even more than NVIDIA. I mean, $100 is a big number, but you're talking about from 34 to what's the low today? 17. That's a 50% haircut.
Oh yeah.
NVIDIA looking at about 35, 36% from those highs.
Yeah.
Both astronomical in the span of a month.
Monster numbers.
Yes. Yes.
And if we go inside the NDX, we look at the strength versus the weakness out here. So you get Xilinx. They come out with numbers last night. Good numbers. That's up 13.5% or $9. Take-Two's up 9%. You get American Airlines up 7%. Downtown, oh, look at it, it's getting hit again. Whoa.
Yeah, you're talking about this one as well.
I was telling you about that last night.
You were, yep. Align Technologies. So, after the bell, you're talking about they're down huge.
Regeneron is down 2%. Let's go back to this. This is a sick one.
Yeah, now this is, you're saying they do dental...
the Invisalign system. Invisalign, yeah. So this equity here, folks, October 1st was $397.
Yeah, so pretty similar to AMD, actually. The numbers are staggering because it's a bigger number, but 50% haircut, 400 to 200 in the span of the same month.
Yeah, this stock here is going down to 147. It's a destroyed stock. It's like, oh my God. Can you imagine waking up in the morning? Let's see, we can bring that back. That's October of 2017.
That's a year ago, and their earnings from a year ago, literally.
Yeah. But what I mean is that anyone that owned it, like, you never think about waking up in 1 week.
Yeah.
That it just took back a year.
Yeah. I mean, any time that, just to put it in context, though, right, you went from 244 in May of this year up to 400. So you got to be careful in those types of runs, because you almost got, a 30-40%. Yeah.
Right.
And if you're ever on margin with that type of a position, I mean, you're talking 80%, something staggering.
Yes.
Can we go back to them and just dig into their numbers? Because I wanted to see what they announced yesterday that had that type of a pullback, man. Yeah. Quite a number to be down 22%, especially after you had such a rise. They really must have surprised to the downside on something pretty dramatic. And of course, there's going to be, there we go, yeah. So earnings per share, 110 to 115. Estimate was 133. Revenue of 505 to 515. Estimate was 544. Those are big numbers. You're missing by almost 10%. Missing by 50 million might not matter to a company like Amazon, but when you're only taking in 544, it's a big number.
Sure. And I suspect when we go back and look at this, they had built-in growth. And that's not happening.
The forecast, I was looking for, that's why I was scrolling down, as in what are they talking about for next quarter, right?
And look at the analyst estimates, 13 buys, 3 holds, and no sells. Well, guess what?
That might change.
Oh, my God, yeah. It'll give down another $100, and it'll change.
That might change for sure. Just clicking around, what did that talk about? Yeah, okay.
Big numbers.
Big numbers, man.
Big numbers. We take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here in this marketplace today.
That would make sense.
Advanced Micro's
AMD's always up there anyway, let alone a day they're down huge. Yeah.
Twitter's got the upside, up $4.50.
Ford had earnings as well.
Look at and then Snap is still, they can't get over $7. It's up 26 cents.
Can you click on the news next to them? I wanted to see yes, the news item next to it, because they're talking about user growth, and that's what I wanted to. And when is this? Okay, this is from early this morning. So let's see. So they come out with, did they report already? Or they come out, we'll jump to them in a second. Okay, I wanted more numbers. So Snap reported 188 million daily active users last quarter. Instagram has 400. It's tough to compare with Instagram because Instagram's getting a direct feed from Facebook.
Right. And how they double counting it, right? Yeah.
And not even if they're double counting it, just in that, you're a part of that ecosystem and that you're getting funneled into Instagram maybe more easily than, it's not quite a standalone product versus Snapchat is, where, Instagram is so tied into Facebook and so forth. Can you jump to just their regular description page to see when they come out with their earnings, what time, whether it was early this morning or, so they already came out with them then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 29th is next.
Oh, no, that's a line we're back to, if you can jump to Snapchat.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
SNAP.
Okay, no, after the bell.
Oh.
That's why they're talking about second quarter there.
They're looking for 283 million coming in revenue-wise.
And I imagine the active user would be a big deal, too. That's why it's intriguing on Twitter. They beat on earnings, they beat on revenue, they missed a little bit on users. And the stock's still up 18%, so let's see what happens.
Stay right there, folks. We're coming back with our man, Mr. Jack Gleason from Major League Trading. Dow right now is up 283.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now at 319. Nasdaq's up 176. S&Ps are up 33. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Jack Leeson, as we do each and every Thursday at 40 past the hour. You can check out Jack every trading day, folks, at MajorLeagueTrading.com. Jack Leeson, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, guys? How about them Red Sox?
That's right, baby.
They got it. 2-0.
It's a good start.
2-0 going
stay
to LA.
strong. We'll see what happens, but heck of a game for sure.
What's more exciting for you guys right now, the markets or the Red Sox?
Gotta love the World Series when the Red Sox are in.
Yeah, the Red Sox, you know, I guess for me, it's a kind of a competition, actually.
Yeah.
I love volatile markets, Jack.
Yeah, 200-point moves in the, what is it, 250-point move in the Nasdaq already? It's, what, 1030?
Right.
Man, it's just nutty out there.
The Nasdaq, man, yesterday 4-point-something%, right? On a daily basis.
Largest since
looking at
2011,
that this morning.
4.4%.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I was looking at that this morning. I'm going, what? That was 4% move? I mean, it's been crazy out there. But what I did today is send you guys over a couple of really cool charts you'll find interesting on the weekly chart of the S&P 500. This is a sequence that I had marked up, but it's like one of those ones that's so far below you, it's just not even in your playbook. So I threw it your way, and I can talk about it.
We're pulling it up right now. You can start talking about though, Jack. I'll have it up in a moment for sure.
Cool. So basically, there was a high, and you can go all the way back to, I think it's the image that I have drawn first at a high to the high. Come here. I have a puppy I'm watching. My friends
All right, perfect. Get the puppy live on camera, baby.
Yeah. Come here. Ray, great German Shepherd. But so there's the first draw I have where the halfway back is 2297.75. It's the third photo in the sequence of the emails. So the high, and that goes back to 2016. It was the high we broke out of. We have held the 50% and 38% retracement from that pullback every single time since we've traded it in 2016. So we were looking at the halfway back long for the year, which did get a bid 3 days in a row, and then it was lights out, close below yesterday. And I think that was that final capitulation low. I truly believe yesterday was the capitulation low, and I'm going to go on record and say those are going to be the lows of the year moving forward, or at least, I mean, obviously we have prior lows of the year, but those are going to be the lows of the year moving forward. It's 2016 high to high. If you go to the next photo, in early 2018, we pulled back to that 50% retracement, which was 25.32. And that was on that February sell-off.
Okay.
And then we made a new high. And then I take that same draw it to the new high, and this time we're getting bid off the 38. The 38% retracement is 26.58. And that basically our lows yesterday is 26.52, I believe, so it dipped about 6 points in. And then actually in the overnight session, the lows of today in the overnight session are that exact 26.58 level, and now we're bid up to 98s almost here. So heavy move from that level. Basically what I'd be looking for from here is a rally for 100 points, which we're about due for. I mean, after you get a 4% move down in the Nasdaq, I start to get my real confirmation above 27.20. So if we can bid above 27.20 today, maybe tomorrow, you're going to start to see some confirmation, and then we're going to get a more significant level. But I'm willing to bet that those are the lows of the year for the S&P moving forward. And we might break them next year. I hope we don't. I mean, I'd hate to see other people lose money. I mean, I do fine in down moves, but I know a lot of people don't. So, I like it better when everybody makes money.
Well, yeah, I hear you loud and clear, but when you, fib-wise, when you're actually looking at it, like intraday, we haven't even got to a 50% retracement of the move down.
We haven't. It's 27.04.
Right.
And that's going to be coming into play here today. And the break above that 27.20 basically is a break of the 61.8 of the prior day high to low, which then to me is a failed trend. And that's when you would start getting the pullbacks. If we do not hold these 26.58s, really the next major support I have is about 100 points below at 25.72. So you can keep that in mind, 25.72 if we do break down. But just based on the way this is traded, and to me, I mean, I'm watching the news. I don't really think there's anything out there that is I mean, that was a straight technical breakdown, just that overlapped. There was people looking at that halfway back long for the year. I think they were early to the party. And then yesterday, I think you really had some panic. That was that second. There was the initial breakdown. That was on October 10th. And then yesterday was the second wave of a major breakdown, which that's when people were like, oh man, that previous low didn't hold. That halfway back long for the year didn't hold. Yes. What's below. And then a lot of people don't usually see that 38% retracement. So that's the only reason I'm saying that. Obviously, we're plenty bearish here. To me, it's a two-sided market because you do get, the massive short squeezes as well as the very aggressive sell-offs. But, that'll be one of those situations, and what it has been, the best trades on the board, which typically never work, are selling into breakdowns. Selling into breakdowns is not a strategy that works in very many markets. It's working right now. Yeah,
it hasn't worked the last 9 years, but prior to the last 9 years, it's worked quite a bit. Seriously, it's going to be intriguing watching this whole thing shake out, because when I look at these markets, Jack, what has happened every time, and fast markets like this, if you stay with the percentages, which we all are staying with, the numbers look so large, but the percentage move on the counter trend bounces are tiny. So yeah. It's pretty intense, man. You can wake up in the morning and it's like, okay, yeah, you're up 300. Well, big deal. You just went down 1,000 points. Sure. You can't catch a bid. And what I'm looking at is that until the oils and the banks can catch a bid, it's like, man, this market doesn't want to go anywhere. Microsoft, I think, is going to be a big deal today, because I said to Tommy earlier.
That's the thing. You have the potential catalyst. You got Microsoft, Intel, or Google as well. So you have a potential catalyst in the Nasdaq where people say, and these are companies that have come out with really strong earnings, and I don't think just because we've sold off in the last 5 weeks, their earnings are going to be any different. I could be wrong on that, but that could be like at least a shorter term catalyst where all of a sudden tomorrow we gap up we could easily gap up 150, 200 points to the NASDAQ, and then that's at least a temporary bottom. But I mean, at this point, I think we're down about 14% in the Russell off highs. I think it was 12% in the NASDAQ. I want to say it was about 9 in the S&P and 8 in the Dow. So maybe we go down 20. I mean, I'd be okay with the 20% correction. I'll tell you what, if this 58 doesn't hold, you got 100 points below. That's how I'm playing it. I just think we're going to rally up to about 27.80 from here. Get some longs, some new money longs back into the market, make them think it's going higher, and then we'll wind them up and slam them lower. But right now, any new money longs after yesterday, if they use stops, should be out of the market. If they don't use stops, they're probably still.
No, there's no doubt we got a market, man.
Got it.
Oh. My God, we got a market. There's no doubt about it. So you must be excited. You get ready for Costa Rica.
I'm moving out. I'm packing everything up this week. So
cool,
I'll be in my parents' basement next Thursday.
Perfect.
Always a pleasure, Jack. Have a great one. Have a safe one, man.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Jack.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow up 277, NASDAQ up 171, S&P's up 31. Coming right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 294. Nasdaq's up 176. We got S&P's up 33. And tonight at 5 o'clock, folks, we got our man, Mr. Jason Path. He is coming up. He is going to be doing a workshop for his subscribers. You can be a subscriber right now. This workshop is going to be from 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. If he's got a great, well, he's got a great show, number one. 8:30 to 9 kicks us off. Morning market kickoff. Great newsletter. It's the Quantitative Edge. And what is he going to be talking about tonight?
He has the quant trading strategies for up and down markets. So he's going to be just kind of an all-encompassing look at what he's looking at on a daily basis, weekly basis. So he's going to start off with a preview of where he sees the markets heading through the end of the year. We'll see if that changed in the last 48 hours from what happened. And then just kind of talking about how he selects market to trade and the data he uses, and then talking about step-by-step, walking through the different types of quant trading strategies, like, and he just gives a few examples, relative value arbitrage, systematic global macro, CTA, and just with markets in flux, he's going to be talking about ways to build trades in any market conditions. And it's the same strategies and techniques, you know, that he's using out there for his newsletter. And I sent out an email
Wall Street Quant
yesterday. Yes, right, totally.
And when I was talking to him, when I was interviewing him, this is what's so cool, folks. So picture, when you get a quant fund, specifically inside your prospectus as you're raising money, it has to say specifically what you're doing. That's and where he's got a huge edge, he knows all the different strategies, so he can, it's like, you know, we're not talking a fund, so he can mix those in different markets. And I think the coolest thing that all of us can get to understand coming to this workshop is, what are they? I mean, I don't know, you know.
I can't wait. No,
I
totally.
know. What, you know, what are they?
Definitely.
And you're going to get the explanation. So go to TFNN. You're going to go to the featured content, the Quantitative Edge. You can subscribe month, 6 months, a year, all 30-day money-back guarantee. You're beating the baby tonight.
Totally.
Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.